Welcome back to the Awesome Agents podcast. Today we're talking about OpenAI's new voice model, GPT-Live-1. And honestly, this one is kind of a big deal.
It is. This is the most significant upgrade to ChatGPT voice in a while. The architecture changed in a way that matters, not just the quality knobs.
So for people who have used advanced voice mode, what's actually different here?
The core change is full duplex. Old voice AI worked in half duplex, meaning the model waited for you to stop talking, then processed, then responded. GPT Live 1 listens and speaks at the same time.
Like a real phone call, not a walkie-talkie.
Exactly. And the result is that it can be interrupted mid-sentence. It produces back channels like MHMN or yeah while you're still speaking, and it handles pauses without treating them as a signal to take over.
I've definitely had moments where I paused to think, and the old voice mode just filled the silence right away.
Right, and that's now gone. You can even tell it to stay quiet for extended periods. They tested conversations lasting 30 to 40 minutes without degradation.
Okay, so the architecture is cleaner. But what about intelligence? Because nice conversation flow doesn't help if it still gives you mediocre answers.
That is where the benchmark numbers get interesting, and also where I want to pump the brakes a little. The GPQA score goes from 45.3% in advanced voice mode to 84.2% in GPT Live 1 High.
That's nearly double on PhD level science questions.
Right, biology, chemistry, physics, and browse comp goes from 0.7% to 75.2%. That second one is almost more striking. The old system basically could not do agentic web search at all.
But you want to pump the brakes. What's the catch?
The catch is those gains aren't coming from a smarter voice model. GPT Live 1 delegates hard queries to GPT 5.5 thinking in the background. You're basically getting a voice interface into a frontier reasoning model.
So the voice layer is the router, not the brain.
That's a good way to put it. 3 routing tiers, instant, medium, and high. Each one maps to a different backend, with high using GPT 5.5 thinking at maximum reasoning effort. That's where the 84.2% comes from.
And for free users?
GPT Live-1 Mini, which routes to GPT 5.5 Instant. Still a meaningful upgrade from what was there before. OpenAI has 150 million weekly voice users, so this reaches a lot of people.
Is there a benchmark that's more voice specific? Something that actually tests the voice model, not just the backend?
There's one. The T3 Voice Telecom benchmark, which is multi-turn customer support tasks by phone. GPT Live-1 High completes around 65% of tasks versus about 30% for the old system. That one does feel closer to real-world voice agent use.
That's still a big jump. Double the task completion.
It is, and the fact it is internal to OpenAI means I still want third-party validation. All the performance data right now comes from OpenAI's own evaluation.
Fair. What is missing from the launch that you'd have wanted?
A few things. No API at launch, which is a problem for developers. No video or screen sharing, which Gemini Live has. And multilingual parity is uneven. Hindi was called out specifically as having a heavy American accent and a slightly bookish tone.
For a model that 150 million people use, that's not a small gap.
No, and OpenAI acknowledged it rather than pretending it doesn't exist, which is something, but the fixed timeline is unclear.
There's also live translation in there, right?
Yes, and that's actually a nice architecture benefit. Because it's listening and speaking in parallel, it can translate as it hears rather than waiting for a full sentence to finish. That changes the latency profile clearly.
Okay, if someone is listening and uses ChatGPT voice today, what's the practical upshot?
Free users get a noticeably better voice experience right away. GPT Live 1 Mini is just smoother. Paid subscribers get the full model with the 3 reasoning modes. If you're a developer hoping to build on it, you're waiting. There's a sign-up form but no date.
And the 9 new voices?
Remastered from the old set, plus protections against voice imitation. Real-time safety steering can also end conversations or surface resources in high-risk situations. That last part matters for any mental health or crisis use case.
All right, my read is this is truly the best AI voice system generally available right now, with some real asterisks on language coverage and developer access.
That's pretty close to mine. The delegation architecture is the right design. The question is whether the voice layer keeps improving on its own, or whether all the gains from here come from upgrading the back-end models.
Worth watching. Thanks everyone for listening. We'll link the full model profile in the show notes. See you next time.
See you then.